President Trump signed an executive order on February 7, 2025. This date will be remembered as a significant moment in international relations. This order was a big deal, making headlines around the world. It stopped all U.S. aid to South Africa, a move that shocked many. Trump said he did this because of South Africa's new land law, which he believes is deeply flawed. This law is called the Expropriation Act, and it has been a topic of heated debate. Trump says it's unfair to white landowners who he argues are being targeted unjustly. He says it's even a human rights violation, a claim that has sparked further debate. This decision is causing a lot of controversy, both in the US and internationally. Some people agree with Trump, believing he is standing up for property rights. They say South Africa needs to protect the rights of all its citizens. Others are furious, seeing this as an overreach. They say Trump is wrong about the law and that his actions are misguided. They also say he doesn't care about the people who will suffer the most, the vulnerable communities. This is just the latest example of Trump putting America first, a policy that has been both praised and criticized. The situation is very tense, with emotions running high on both sides. It remains to be seen how South Africa will respond to this bold move. One thing is for sure, this decision will have a lasting impact on the relationship between the two countries, potentially altering diplomatic ties. It will also have a real impact on the lives of millions of people in South Africa, affecting their daily lives and future prospects. The Expropriation Act was signed by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, marking a significant moment in the country's history. This law lets the government take land in some cases, aiming to address historical injustices and redistribute land more equitably. One case is when the land is not being used, which is seen as a waste of valuable resources. Another case is when the government needs to give land to poor people, aiming to improve their living conditions and provide opportunities. This is to fix the problems caused by apartheid, a system that enforced racial segregation and economic disparity. Trump says this law is racist against white people, sparking international controversy and debate. He says it's like what happened in Zimbabwe, where land reforms led to significant economic and social upheaval. There, the government took land from white farmers, leading to widespread criticism and economic decline. Trump even used the word genocide, a term that carries heavy historical and emotional weight. This is a very strong word, implying the deliberate and systematic destruction of a racial, political, or cultural group. It means trying to kill off an entire group of people, a grave accusation that has serious implications. Many people say Trump is wrong, arguing that his statements are inflammatory and not based on the facts. They say the law is not about race, but about correcting historical injustices and promoting equality. They say it's about giving land to black people who were treated unfairly, providing them with opportunities for economic advancement. During apartheid, black people were not allowed to own land, a policy that entrenched poverty and inequality. This is a complex issue with a long history, involving deep-seated grievances and a need for reconciliation. It's important to understand all sides of the story, considering the historical context and the perspectives of those affected. The U.S. gives a lot of money to South Africa, providing crucial financial aid that supports various sectors. In 2023, this aid amounted to over $400 million, a significant contribution. A substantial portion of this money is allocated to fighting HIV/AIDS, a major health crisis in the region. South Africa faces a severe challenge with this disease, affecting millions of lives. The U.S. financial aid helps pay for essential medicine and treatment, providing hope to many. Now that Trump has stopped the aid, many people are worried about the future. They argue that this decision will severely hinder the fight against HIV/AIDS. They fear that without this support, more people will get sick and die. President Ramaphosa is visibly angry. He has stated firmly that South Africa won't be bullied by external pressures. He assures the nation that they will find a way to deal with this crisis, despite the challenges. But it won't be easy, given the economic hardships the country is already facing. Interestingly, Elon Musk, a prominent supporter of Trump, has also weighed in on the issue. Musk, who hails from South Africa, has a unique perspective on these matters. He agrees with Trump about the controversial land law, which has sparked much debate. Musk believes the law is unfair to white farmers, a stance that has drawn criticism. This position has made many people angry at Musk, accusing him of turning his back on his roots. They argue that he is betraying his home country, adding to the growing tension. Section 4. Domestic and international perspectives. People in South Africa have different opinions about Trump's decision. Some white farmers are happy, they were worried about losing their land, but most South Africans are angry. They say Trump is interfering in their country, they say he doesn't understand their history. Other countries are also watching this situation closely. Some agree with Trump, they say South Africa needs to change its land law. Others disagree. They say Trump is being reckless. They say he is hurting the relationship between the United States and South Africa. This situation is a mess. It's hard to say what will happen next, but one thing is for sure, this is a big deal. Section 5. The legacy of apartheid and the future of United States-South Africa relations. Apartheid was a terrible system. It treated black people very badly. It ended in 1994, but its effects are still felt today. One of those effects is the unequal distribution of land. The South African government is trying to fix this. They are using the Expropriation Act to do it, but it's a slow and difficult process. Trump's decision makes it even harder. It also damages the relationship between the United States and South Africa. This relationship is important. The United States and South Africa are both important countries. They need to work together to solve global problems. Trump's decision makes that more difficult. It's important to remember that South Africa is a democracy. They have the right to make their own laws. The United States should respect that.